Shai Barakathan, Bahashim Rakadash. The word of the week that I chose was gift. And the word in the Hebrew is mathan. If we were to pluralize that, it's mathanium. You know, and in 1 Corinthians 12, it talks about the diversity of gifts that we're all going to be bestowed for a specific reason. That's how we all come together to execute the Lord's work. Whether that be wisdom and knowledge, whether that be miracles, prophecies, history, medicine, whatever it is, so forth and so on. But ultimately, each one of these gifts are given to us to eventually all come together. And according to your portion of faith that you have, that's how much you're going to be given. You see, and it's all under the same Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, but ultimately it's so we can all profit from each other. But Ashba, can you get Proverbs 18 and 16 for me? And Isaiah, you can get Ecclesiastes 9 and 10.
Proverbs chapter 18, verse 16. A man's gift maketh room for him, and bringeth him before great men.
So what does it make room for? It makes for room on the chariots. You see? Ultimately, we want to use those gifts ultimately for our salvation. And ultimately, what we're going to be doing, just like it talks about in Matthew 25 in the parable of the talents, you know, one was given 5, another 2, and another 1. Those men that were given those talents made use of what Yahweh Shai given to them. They made double and made an investment with that one. He was wicked and slothful. When you look at the word slothful, it's also saying neglecting your responsibilities. So he hid it under a napkin, didn't do what he had to do with it. Now that was taken from him and given to the next man that will actually do something with it. And that's important because the gifts that the Lord has given to us is going to bring you around great men. Ultimately, who are those men? Those men on the front lines laboring with you. Starting from your elders, your apostles, and bishops, all the way down to the newest man that's coming into the flock. So ultimately, the whole point of that is basically you want to use those gifts to actually make room for you, not only just in the chariots, but ultimately that's our salvation, but to bring you around these great men, because everybody has a specific gift to be able to raise one another. That's how we profit from one another.
Ecclesiastes 9 and 10. Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might. For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave, whither thou goest.
And we all know this to be spiritual. Whatever gift that the Lord has given to you, you want to perfect that craft. Because when you perfect that craft, ultimately it's for our salvation. But the scripture says that no greater love than when a man died for his brother. Well, the same thing when it comes down to living for your brother. When you're perfecting that craft, you're doing what you got to do, putting all your time, effort to actually doing what you got to do with that gift. Now you're making the ministry be able to flow a lot easier. Things are more efficient because you're not only doing this for yourself. Granted, you are working on your own salvation, but as a body, we're all working together to be able to utilize those gifts, to make room for us to deliver on those chariots. See? So we want to actually, while we're giving our bodies as living sacrifices, we want to actually make sure we're actually using our time wisely, redeeming the time, you see? Because we have a lot of time to make up for, ultimately. Paul said we have much more need to be alive so we can actually be used as Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai's vessels to be able to accomplish what we need to accomplish in this ministry, you see? And I had 3 quotes and we'll come up with a prayer. But it says, your gift and talent should be shared with the world. And it's a quote, but I say cosmos. So it's with the world. So it's just for, you know, your brothers, the elect, so to speak. And it says they are put in you for a reason. And these last 2 hit real hard for me because it said, to give anything less than your best is to sacrifice the gift that was given to you. You see? And it says, share your knowledge. It is a way to achieve immortality. Because when we share our knowledge amongst each other, sharing the prophet, sharing information, is that not love for your brother? All right? Now, I had a prayer. Because I based off Proverbs 18 and 16, it's about a prayer to help utilize the gifts for the ministry. It says, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakadash Babakasha Izarnia, which is help me, La Malakah to use, Mathan Yamya, my gifts, La Hasharaf for the ministry. So it says Izarnia, La Malakah, Mathan Yamya, and La Hasharaf. Help me to use my gifts for the ministry.
That's good.